All right, welcome back. We're going to be making a dish today. It's a pretty simple one called pasta e fagioli. Something my wife recommended. I haven't done a video in probably over a week, so we'll definitely do one. It's a pretty traditional Italian soup. It's kind of one of those soups where you look in your refrigerator and you find what's available and you kind of throw it together. As you'll notice, I've got everything kind of laid out, and I always, encourage this when I'm at work. The whole concept of mise en place, having things out in front of you, ready to go. So, and also not only do I have things that are portioned out and ready to go, but I also have them in their stages. So, for instance, the first stage would be my onions, my diced carrots, and then my celery. Stage 2, once those things have cooked, we have our chicken stock, our Italian seasoning, and our tomato sauce. Let that work itself out, and then the last thing, we have our cannellini beans and our Italian pasta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ingredients. Not very difficult to do, but make sure you always have things laid out and have the process ready to go, so that you're not trying to grab the things while you're cooking. So we're going to go ahead and just start off. We've got a nice pot here. We brought it up to temp. I can feel that it's nice and warm. Get a little bit hotter. Start with some olive oil, and I'm going to go ahead and throw my onions, my carrots, and my celery in. Now, I have already pre-diced these things, so I recommend if you need to know how to dice an onion or carrots or celery, this is a medium dice. Maybe watch a video on how to do it, but I have these things already ready to go, so that we're not, you're not sitting there watching me dice onions and things like that. So we're going to get started. We got our go ahead and cook these off. This will probably take about 4 or 5 minutes. So we've got our onions and everything mixed in there. So we're going to add some salt and pepper. All right. And we're going to come back in about 5 minutes. So we'll just let these things cook off until they're clear. So you can already hear them kind of sizzling. I've got the burner turned all the way up, so it's hot. It's ready to go. So we'll see here in about 5 minutes, and then we'll add our second group, which is our chicken stock, our Italian seasoning, and our tomato sauce. Okay, we'll add those things next. And we'll probably do that in about 5 minutes. But like I said, I'm not going to sit there and make you tell jokes for 5 minutes. So we'll come back in about 5 minutes once the things are ready to go. Okay. All right, we are back. I did leave an ingredient out whenever I first mixed the carrots, onions, and the celery together. I forgot garlic, so I did want to let you know that I did add that in. I was thinking to myself, I thought there were 9 ingredients. So anyway, so now we've got our vegetables nice and they're soft and pretty close to being clear. We're going to go ahead and add in the second group, which is our tomato sauce, roughly about 30 to 32 ounces, so around 4 cans of tomato sauce will work. Go ahead and throw that in there. This should serve about 4 people. So not a large capacity. We're going to add our chicken stock in next. And our Italian seasoning. We're almost out of the stuff, so we're just going to do the rest of that. All right. So let's go ahead and stir it up. Stirred up. Before we add the remaining 2 ingredients, we're going to bring this to a nice boil. And that should probably take about another 5 minutes. So I'm going to pause it here for about 5 minutes. We'll come back and we're going to add our remaining ingredients. It's worth noting that the pasta is already al dente, which is Italian for to the tooth, I think. Remember it meaning in Italian. You want to make sure that when you cook the pasta, you cook it just slightly undercooked. Okay, and when I say undercooked, I mean cook it in salt water. You should be able to taste it, but it should have a little bit of firmness to it because it's going to continue to cook when it's in the pot. So we're going to let this cook off here for about 5 minutes, bring it to a boil. We're going to mix in our last 2 ingredients, and we'll let it simmer for about another 5 minutes. This is about a 10 to 15 minute meal. It's not really that hard. It's a really good meal to make. Cannellini beans are the type of beans that you want to use for this, but easy to make. And like I said, we'll come back here in about 5 minutes when it's in a boil. We'll add our last 2 ingredients and we'll be done. All right, thanks. All right, we're back, and we're at the last stage. So we've got our pasta. Like I said, you want to make sure you cook the pasta al dente because it's going to continue to cook while it's in the pot. We brought this to a boil. Go ahead and add our beans first. Right. Stir those in nicely. And last, add our pasta. I couldn't find the ditalini pasta, so I had to kind of adjust it a little bit, but it's small, tubular. It says Italian on the package, so I figured it was close enough. All right, stir that in. We're going to let this simmer for probably a couple of minutes. It really doesn't need that long, maybe 5 minutes. And then we'll be ready to go. So I'm going to post a video. It's a really pretty soup. I'm going to post a video of this soup on my Instagram page with the final product. I have it with some baguettes and cheese. So I'll plate it up and put it on there. It'll look really nice. Anyway, thank you for joining me. This was a pretty short video, but I hadn't done one in at least a week. It's been a while. So anyway, so thank you for joining me, and we'll try to post something, hopefully something next week. So this is Sunday, so maybe on Wednesday or Thursday we'll have another video come out. Anyway, thank you. Have a good one.